I'm on time no matter where you're headed. Tom, go confidently. And again, OnStar. Thanks to OnStar for bringing in Papa Roach. And, wow, Vic.
I am so very,
here we are.
I am giddy because this is one of the great jam bands of our time and space.
Now, wait a second. Hold on. They just discovered the secret of your bamboo. It is full of drugs. I'm glad you...
It's filled with
Cody,
pebbles.
how are you, man? Good to see you.
Welcome to Papa Roach. 17 years ago, they formed in Vacaville, California, on a football field, man. And now, 17 years, man, as a band together, jamming, and people loving you guys for so many years. You guys... one of the foremost jam bands in the great spirit of the Grateful Dead. Am I right? The great spirit of the Dead.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, long live the Grateful Dead. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely, it makes sense. Welcome, fellas.
Well, how are you guys? Good to see you.
Things are good, man. We just released our new album yesterday, Time for Annihilation, so it's in stores right now. We're stoked. We've been doing press for like... but it's all good, man. We're stoked. Everything's cool. We just we finished up last year. The last 5 shows we recorded. The last 5 shows we recorded them, and half of this album is a live album, and half of it is a studio record. So it's kind of a little bit of a mix.
I was an early part of these guys' success because they were on my show early, and I love these guys.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember those days?
Yeah.
I fell in love with them, and I went to the producer. I said, "We've got to get these guys on, and if they need any help, we got to give them help." They didn't need any help. How hard is it now, though? Because not hard. How much different is it now because of the internet and iTunes and all that to get your songs out, get the beats out? Because radio stations, you know, really don't grab onto everything now. But you guys are so popular and had such great live, you know.
I mean, for us,
marketing's different.
Yeah, marketing is different.
Word of mouth.
Yeah. Word of mouth on the internet. I mean, radios. We got a song that's kicking ass on radio right now, which is great. But definitely, the internet is a huge place for us to get to our fan base, and we utilize that all the time. And you know, like Vivo's a really cool thing for us, you know, getting our music videos out there, because we know, like, you know, MTV is not necessarily centered around music anymore,
right? And
so there's a lot of different ways, you know, you just got to go find those avenues, go search, and we're doing all right.
And the bottom line is that people love, including myself and young and old alike, love the buzz and love to hear live music. That's great. You guys can actually play your songs.
Yeah.
You've been to many of your concerts, and you don't need any help. And that buzz gets, that's what I love about music now, because that buzz gets around quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Saw Papa Roach last night. You can't believe how great blah, blah, blah. Now it's on Facebook. Now it's on, you know, does anybody use MySpace?
Well, I think if you look, though, you got to get out on the road. You got to get out there. You got to connect with the fans. Yeah. But that's a tough lifestyle. I mean, you guys look pretty good right now. You look like you're holding up, but
you know,
I mean,
guys. I mean, how
I was going to say, but I mean, how do you keep the pace?
Here's what Steve is really saying.
What's he
Steve thinks we're all, those of us who love rock and roll.
Right.
He thinks we're all drug addicts. He thinks we're all raging.
Why are you speaking for me? Did I say that?
That's what you meant.
That's not what I meant.
That's the vibe you're giving out.
Yeah.
Anytime you're doing doing a show with you every day, where's
I'm a raging alcoholic, so
that's
you pin me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
What is it, fellas, that, you know, the audience, you know, picks up your essence, you know, from the beginning? They've always identified with you guys. Is it the jam, that you guys are so creative on stage? And that's not really one of the major attributes of bands the last 20 years, to be creative on stage and just vibe and jam together as one. Is that one of the mighty essences of Papa Roach that the fans connected with?
I think for us, I think our fans really connect with just the honesty and the passion and conviction that we have towards our music, and when we get on stage, and definitely in the lyrics of the music, it's always, we bear our heart and our soul, and that's where it lives. And you know, like on this new album, Time for Annihilation, the live side of it, there's sections of songs that we jam out and extend, and it really features like the character and the spirit and the energy of our live show. And I think that this, you know, that part of the record, the live side of it, will inspire fans to want to come see us, because it's energetic. We got the crowd mics pumped up really loud, and so you can hear the sing-along.
I love that. I want loud. Pat and I were always talking about the fact that, like, doing radio, I got to have my headsets loud. I got to feel my own energy feeding into the mic and getting it back. By the way, guys, you guys are flanked right now by two rock and roll legends. I didn't know. You know, Pat O'Brien is a member of the South Dakota Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And of course, Vic is the front guy for Michigan with Attitude.
A rock and soul band.
MWA.
Soul Review.
Nice.
We're down to Otis Redding and of course Greg Wilson Pickett.
Yeah, rock and soul. Yeah.
James Brown, all
Yeah.
the boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, you're telling me.
We love James Brown. You like the meters?
Like the meters a lot. New
Meters.
Orleans band, yeah.
Yeah, we crank on the meters. Hi-ya!
So what do you guys like? Who influences you? Do you like the new bands? Not new. Well, Phoenix. I like Phoenix, but when you listen, I think they got lucky on the one song because their early stuff is not as good as the one song. But I like Morning Benders and that kind of
Phoenix is a good band. That last record they have out is pretty good. But I think when we started out back in '93, it was like alternative music was at its peak, and those bands I think still are our biggest like influences. Some of our favorite bands growing up, whether it was like the Chili Peppers and Jane's Addiction and Nine Inch Nails and Helmet and everything like that from and then punk rock, of course, bands like Fugazi and Bad Brains and everything from Metallica to James Brown to Wu-Tang Clan to like the Meters. We just love we're music lovers.
Well, I'm just always curious because, when you have the staying power, obviously people are still listening. And, they may listen because they like what you did in the beginning, but you're trying to grow as artists, trying to do new things. How difficult is that to sort of make sure you don't alienate one when you're trying to do something else? I mean, do you have to sort of keep a little bit of what has got you where you are right now?
We always, we have our mainstay, points to Papa Roach, whether it be the groove or the riff or whatever.
The riff.
But we're always, we've constantly been growing. Yeah, it's also called the noodle.
Yeah, in our camp we call the riff the noodle. It's been renamed at times.
Well, there's the riff, and that's like the lower kind of like more rhythmy.
Yeah.
And then the noodle is like that the high like melody,
Yeah.
That it's like signature like Last Resort. We call that the noodle.
I dig the noodle.
You dig the noodle?
Dig the
I
noodle.
like that.
But you have to keep
So
growing.
do the
It's
chicks.
We have to keep growing, and we have to.
The noodle's got to keep growing.
It does.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's the best part of the album? The live side or the recorded side? Or the
That's
studio
hard for
side?
me to choose. I think I can't do that. I think it's all the way kick-ass, beginning to end.
What I mean is.
Well, how's it different?
Well, no, the live, but they know how to do live sides better than most people, I think, because they know. I think. Well, I'm speaking for them now, but they know how to in the mix. To do a good live album, you got to hear that you're live.
Yeah.
You can't just have half an audience in there.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it's banging. I mean, the live show is definitely energetic, but I think the studio tracks are really what our focus as a band was, because our fans have really wanted that live record, and we did that. It's kind of the purpose of the record was to connect the past of our band to the present and to the future, and the new cuts are ripping. I mean, we start out the album with a song called Burn, which we're actually going to go shoot a video for on Saturday.
They played that when we first got it.
Yeah, the one you were playing. Yeah,
Real
that's going to
good.
be our next single after Kicking the Teeth, and then after that, we're releasing a song called No Matter What. We're going out to Joshua Tree tonight.
Nice.
Ah,
Yeah,
man.
so we've never been to Joshua Tree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
Very spiritual.
Yeah.
You will feel it the second you get there. Really.
I'm going to be howling at the moon tonight, so it'll be fun, and we're going to shoot a music video tomorrow for No Matter What. So.
Well, Papa Roach, thanks for coming by, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
All the best, you guys. Appreciate it. How about that?
These guys are good.
Tremendous
These guys
band.
are good.
And they've done it for a long time.
Pat O'Brien's seal of approval.
There it is right there. Papa Roach. All right, when we come back in 60 seconds, we're going to tell you why Derek Jeter's days with the Yankees are about to end.
No.
Oh, really?
It is over. And you're going to find out why when we come back to Loose Cannons. Pat O'Brien, Steve Hartman, BTV. Hey, Victor McJacobs. You're listening to Fox Sports Radio.
You guys are a Motley Crue.
We're a Motley Crue.
Hey, man. Thank you, sir.
Pat, they're gonna come around. Let's get a picture with all the guys.
Oh, yeah. On this side?
Yeah.
Joshua Tree's going to be great.
Yeah, I've never been out there, man. Joshua Tree's nice.
Very nice. That's how loud I have my headphones.